Shockwaves are ripping through Los Angeles as news breaks of a fresh injury setback for Roki Sasaki, leaving fans stunned and insiders scrambling for answers. Just as excitement was building around his potential impact, this twist has thrown the team's plans into chaos. But here's where it gets even wilder. Trade buzz is now heating up in the aftermath, with speculation that the front office could make a massive move to fill the gap. Is this the moment that forces a blockbuster deal, or will the team gamble on patience? One thing's certain, this development has completely changed the conversation. The news coming out of Los Angeles right now is both shocking and deeply concerning for Dodgers fans everywhere, and it centers around none other than the young Japanese phenom Roki Sasaki. When Sasaki was brought into the Dodgers conversation, it was painted as one of the most exciting storylines in all of baseball. A generational pitcher with blistering velocity, devastating breaking stuff, and a reputation for overpowering hitters, Sasaki had been hyped up as a player who could elevate an already dominant Dodgers rotation into something nearly unstoppable. But now, after reports surfaced that Sasaki has suffered a new injury, everything has suddenly taken a turn, and the ripple effects are being felt not just in Los Angeles, but across Major League Baseball. The Dodgers, a team built around depth, star power, and a relentless pursuit of championships, were banking on the idea that Sasaki could be part of their future plans. Even if he wasn't set to make an immediate impact this season, the mere possibility of adding him to the roster was enough to send fans into a frenzy. But this latest setback raises serious questions. What exactly does this injury mean for Sasaki's immediate future? How severe is it, and how might it affect the Dodgers' strategy at the trade deadline? Most importantly, does this change how the Dodgers will operate as they continue to chase another World Series title? To understand the magnitude of this news, you need to know just how unique Sasaki's situation is. Known as the monster of the Reiwa era back in Japan, Roki Sasaki made headlines around the world for throwing a perfect game with 19 strikeouts in Nippon professional baseball, something that drew comparisons to some of the greatest pitching performances in history. Scouts raved about his triple-digit fastball and his poise on the mound despite his young age. It was only natural that the Dodgers, who have built a reputation for developing international talent and integrating stars like Shohei Ohtani, would be one of the franchises most closely linked to Sasaki. The idea of pairing Ohtani with another Japanese superstar was tantalizing for fans, and it seemed like the Dodgers were gearing up to make that dream a reality. But injuries are the great equalizer in baseball, and unfortunately, Sasaki's career so far has not been immune to them. While he has shown flashes of brilliance, there have been whispers about his durability, and whether his electric arm can handle the workload of a full MLB season. This latest injury only fuels those concerns. Right now, the Dodgers are left asking themselves whether they can truly rely on Sasaki in their long-term plans, or if they need to start shifting their attention toward other pitching options. And with the trade deadline heating up, that decision could come sooner rather than later. The Dodgers' rotation has already been through its share of ups and downs this season. Walker Buehler is working his way back and showing flashes of his old self. Clayton Kershaw's return has been met with both excitement and caution, and Tyler Glasnow has been carrying a heavy load as the ace. But the reality is that injuries and inconsistencies have forced the Dodgers to constantly reevaluate their pitching depth. This is why Sasaki's name has carried so much weight in recent discussions. He represented not only a long-term investment, but potentially a mid-season game-changer if things lined up. Now, with him sidelined again, the Dodgers front office faces mounting pressure. The buzz around the league is that the Dodgers may need to pivot quickly and aggressively in the trade market. Teams like the White Sox, Rays, and Tigers have pitchers who could be available, and with Sasaki's health now uncertain, Los Angeles might feel it has no choice but to pull the trigger on a major deal. And make no mistake, this is a huge moment for the Dodgers. Every move they make is under the microscope because of the expectations that come with their star-studded roster. When you have Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, and an entire lineup of all-star caliber bats, you can't afford to have your pitching falter. That's why this Sasaki injury is such a gut punch. It shifts the entire equation, and it forces the Dodgers to reevaluate what they thought was going to be one of their biggest strengths. There's also the international angle to consider. For Japanese fans, the dream of seeing Ohtani and Sasaki wearing Dodger blue together carried massive cultural significance. It wasn't just about baseball, it was about pride, representation, and the story of two generational talents joining forces in the most glamorous baseball city in the world. For Sasaki to now be dealing with another setback is heartbreaking, and it raises questions about whether that dream will be delayed or possibly derailed altogether. But this is the Dodgers we're talking about, and if there's one thing this organization has proven time and again, it's that they are relentless in finding solutions. President of Baseball Operations Andrew Friedman has never been shy about making bold moves when the situation calls for it, and this latest development could push him to act sooner rather than later. Whether it's acquiring a frontline starter, shoring up bullpen depth, or even exploring unexpected trade scenarios, the Dodgers will not sit idly by while uncertainty clouds their championship chase. Fans are already buzzing online, with reactions ranging from shock to frustration to cautious optimism. Some believe that Sasaki's setback could actually work in the Dodgers' favor if it lowers the cost of eventually bringing him stateside. Others, however, worry that the team is now putting too many eggs in one basket, relying on injured arms to carry them through October. Social media is lighting up with speculation about potential trade targets, from Dylan Cease to Tarek Skubal, and Dodgers insiders are hinting that the front office is indeed preparing for significant moves. The bottom line is this: the Dodgers cannot afford to gamble when it comes to pitching. They know that October baseball is defined by who can get outs in the biggest moments, and while Sasaki might still be part of that future someday, his latest injury means the team has to be proactive right now. This isn't just about depth, it's about making sure that when the postseason arrives, the Dodgers are armed with enough firepower to go toe-to-toe with anyone. Imagine the stakes: Ohtani finally making his postseason pitching debut, Freeman anchoring the lineup, Betts setting the tone at the top, and Kershaw potentially closing the book on his legendary career with one more title run. The Dodgers have all the pieces, but if the rotation falters, it could all come undone. That's why this Sasaki news is more than just an injury report, it's a wake-up call. For Sasaki himself, the journey is far from over. At just 23 years old, he still has time to recover, develop, and make his mark on the MLB stage. But every injury adds to the narrative, and every setback raises more questions about what the future will look like. Will the Dodgers remain committed to pursuing him? Will another team swoop in and take a chance? Or will Sasaki's story become one of what could have been? Only time will tell, but for now, the Dodgers and their fans are left in limbo.